Hello everyone, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. Thank you so much for joining me here today. For today's reading, these are going to be messages for the week ahead. So I have the cards turned over, so we will reveal them during your reading. So you will need to choose by whichever card is sticking out or stone that you are drawn to. For pile number 1, we have black tourmaline. For pile number 2, we have serpentine, and for pile number 3, we have blue lace agate. So pause the video if you need more time to meditate or to ask about the week ahead and see if you get any questions during the reading. The timestamps will be listed in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome to your reading, pile number 1. You guys were drawn to the Tourmaline. So let's go ahead and reveal your card. So we have the Sora Mystica, which is Mystical Sister. Beautiful. I know what this card represents, but I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards to get further details. Okay, so what is going to take place in the week ahead at the time that you are tuning into this reading? Get a couple different oracle cards, a few tarot. This deck here. Okay. What's coming in the week ahead? What messages? What information? What's coming forward for you guys? Let's do the tarot. Pile number 1 with the black tourmaline. What are their week ahead messages? Let's get a couple of doors. You guys, if you hear any noise disturbances, I do have some fans going in the background. I'm in the middle of summer here in Georgia. It is so hot, and of course my studio has no air conditioning, so at least at the time, it takes time to create and build, you know. Pile number 1. This will be one of your final cards here. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, so first off, let me explain this card, Mystical Sister. This is about you coming into contact with somebody who is gonna feel like an endearing friend. You may come across somebody who just lights you up, they inspire you. Maybe you feel vulnerable enough to open your heart to them. But this is about finding a companion, finding somebody in your life who is like a dear friend, a compassionate heart, somebody who's opening to listening to you. They don't need to fix you or judge you or anything like that. They're just like a great ally, a friend. This could be a soul partner. Well, can you have compassion? Nice. Card number 15, which is a 6, and that has to do with balance, love, family, home, creating a nurturing environment, empathy, harmony, balance, and love. It says, the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. Okay, so some of you may be asked to be that mystical sister to somebody else, to open your heart, to be empathic, empathetic to them, and allow them to maybe confide in you and become that ally for them. But I feel like this is going to be something that is a mutual friendship, partnership, companion. Ooh, we have conception. Card number 16, which is a 7. Spiritual insight, intuition, protection, deep spiritual connection. Okay. It says the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. That's beautiful. So this is going to be a deeply spiritual connection that you have with one another. And it's going to remind you of like your truth, your soul flame, your heart, who you really are at your core. That's great. So, I mean, this could be soul tribe, you making contact with your soul tribe. Look at this, and we have kinship, 32. Community, your group. Yeah, you're going to find like-minded souls. People who light you up, people who inspire you, people who make you feel safe and connected. We have 13, confusion, many choices and uncertainty. I feel like you're going to step out of this place of feeling, lost or confused. Maybe like you're alone, that you don't quite fit in. This is going to be maybe you've been contemplating whether this person was, a friend or an ally, and your guides are coming through and saying, yes, you can trust this person, this friend, or this group. Let's put these over here. Yeah, we have card number 13. That's a 4. This is about grounded, stable, solid foundation, solid connection. We've got the 7 of air, awareness, caution, consequences. Yeah, I feel like you have been, in the past, there may have been people who have been very deceptive, and it has made you, protect your heart with this black tourmaline here. You may have had people who were, who betrayed your trust, went behind your back, making up stories, or perhaps pretending that they were one way and behind your back they were very deceitful. And so I feel like you have had to maybe isolate yourself and protect yourself from, having that wound be even deeper than it was already. But there is some new friendships, new partnerships coming in for you. We have the 2 of fire. Yeah. Planning, partnering, progress. This is forward movement. Look at that shooting star. There's this big shift in energy. 2 of fire. Let's see. Yeah, planning, setting ideas. These are going to be people that you work well together. It's a good partnership. You inspire each other. You comfort each other. We have the 8 of earth, education, focus, and details. Yeah, you can learn a lot from one another. The dreamer, beginning, believing, and protected. Yeah, this is essentially like the Fool card. It's a new beginning for you, where you're going to feel happy, you're going to feel connected, your heart's going to open and expand, you're going to feel safe with this person. Healing is going to take place for this wound of the past, and you're going to find that confidence, that spark, that connection between this individual or this group of people that you come in contact with this week. We have the High Lady of Love and Compassion, Reverence, Kindness, and Consideration. Card number 1. Like this is what you're going to have for one another. You're going to have reverence for this friendship, this partnership. You're going to have kindness. You're going to be considerate of one another's feelings and how you make each other feel. We have the Spirit Whisperer, divine guidance, higher knowing. You're going to feel your intuition. You're just going to know this person. It's going to be, you ever come across somebody and it feels like it's just so easy to talk to them and connect, like you've known this person forever? Follow your intuition. Listen to your gut. Know when somebody, because you've already been down that road of betrayal and having people, be deceitful and lie to your face and betray your trust. So you already know what to look for and what that energy presents itself as. Regardless of the individual, it's a feeling, it's an inner knowing. So listen to that inner knowing. You'll know when this is a genuine person, when this person is being authentic, because you will be watching their actions, not just their words. We have the hungry ghost, yes, obsessive scarcity consciousness and attachment. This is what I was just speaking about, the past coming up, and you will recognize it in this individual. You won't recognize it in this individual. This will be a whole new fresh energy, something that you're not used to, so it might make you feel a little bit trepidatious because, you're not sure if you can trust this or not, but your guides are saying, yes, this is a partnership. This is somebody that you can trust and invest in. You're going to light each other up. You're going to support each other in healing and regaining your wings so that you can ascend and feel more connected to your true self, to your soul family here. All right, your angel is Jeremiah. Yes, I think that's how you say it, Jeremiah. Personal responsibility. Take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. Very nice. Okay, so when we have the hungry ghost coming up, from the past, this is about the past coming up into your awareness, and it might be something like there may be a few things that trigger the past. Anytime you're trying to get to move forward, the past is going to come up and make sure there's resolution in some way. So make sure that you are having compassion for yourself and understanding like your choices and in the relationship, and why you made certain choices, how you can change and shift moving forward. Where did you allow and tolerate, energies and actions that are not worthy, that, what does it say, that crossed your line, crossed your boundaries, where you tolerated less than you are worth, you know what I'm saying? Where you just put up with them out of love or a fear of confrontation, see where you made choices that were not the right choices, and so that moving forward you can make better choices. You can learn, you know how to protect yourself now from individuals. Watch people's energy, watch their actions. Yes, listen to their words, but if you start to hear like things that start triggering you and giving you red flags, you can either speak on them and ask them and then let them give you a response and explain. But if their energies don't match, if their explanation doesn't match their actions going forward, then you know that this isn't somebody to trust in, versus somebody who is very authentic and their energy matches the way that they move in the world, how they present themselves. Okay, so in the week ahead, you guys are going to be meeting up with the soul tribe, somebody who's going to light your fire, somebody who's you're going to feel a connection with. So you're going to be meeting somebody new, and they're going to help you actually heal from the past and go on a new journey of higher learning, inspiration, love, kindness. Your heart's going to receive some healing, some love, some connection, some healing. Yeah. So that more love can be in your life, okay? All right, pile number one, this was your reading. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you don't know what to say, just let me know. Pile number one was your reading. Looking forward to seeing y'all next time. Hope you have a blessed week. Take care. Welcome to your reading, pile number two. Okay, so you guys were drawn to the Serpentine card, the Serpentine stone, and the card under the Serpentine. So we have the Great Work. Ooh. Okay, I know what the Great card represents, but let's go ahead and get your cards for your reading. and then we will discuss this card. So what messages does pile number 2 have for the week ahead? What do they need to know? Okay, they want these 3. Pile number 2, the Serpentine. Oh. Let's get some tarot. Pile number 2. You guys, I do have some fans going in the studio. I don't have any air conditioning yet. All in good time. So if there's any sound interference, I apologize. Just bear with me as I grow. And let's get one of these. Pile number 2. And a final angel card. Okay. Alright, you guys, let's see. Alright, so the great work is about, you know, we all have this question of when are we done? When am I finished? You know, am I done learning this lesson? Am I done healing? When am I going to be finished with this? And what this card represents is the answer is we're never finished growing, you know. And I feel like once we learn something new and once we heal from something in the past, or, you know, we've overcome some kind of lesson, like we reach the end of that lesson, and then there's always more lessons, there's always forward movement, there's always another mountain to climb, there's always more growth, more learning, more understanding. And so this is about tending to the garden and tending to the seeds that we've planted. So it's about nurturing yourself, nurturing your dreams, nurturing your ideas, being in the flow, working with the elements of water, fire, and believe it or not, this is it's air, but it's supposed to represent the earth, you know, being grounded, because you're seeding the soil, sowing the seeds in the soil, you know. And so it requires your love, your fire, your passion, and it also needs your nurturing energy. So there may be some seeds of inspiration that need your attention this week. So let's see what the message is saying. We have integration. Ooh, nice. Card number 30. So we have 3 here. So there's already 3 roses, and then we have number 3 here. So I feel like this is the master teacher number. It's the Trinity, you know, it's the creation, Christ consciousness. So it's beautiful that it's the integration card, and it says the frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Ooh, I love that. So this is about the integration of lessons, the integration of the shadow and the light, and the contrast of both, and that we need both in order for either to exist, and that both essentially is the one, you know. It's just the one divided. It forms that triangle that we see here. We have the one, and then the one divides itself in half into duality, and that's why we have the masculine and we have the feminine, because they represent the forces of nature and creation. We have the fire and the water, and then we get the spirit, you know. That's the gold, the alchemical gold. And that is essentially the great work, is the alchemy of working with the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark, the fire and the water, earth and air, to create and to bring harmony and balance and stability. Let's see what else we have. We have magic. Ooh, and it's 31. Okay, okay, which is a 4, which is the stability I was just talking about. So we have the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move towards possibility and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. Ooh, nice. Okay, so some of you are going to be having something manifest for you this week. I love that. Let me make sure we're still recording. Okay, so yes, there's going to be something magical, something that you have been working on, something that you've been investing and nurturing your energy and your time into is coming into fruition here. We have this integration process where you have been really learning, studying, investing, whatever the case may be, and now there's going to be this beautiful bloom. You're going to start seeing something manifest because this is about believing in the unseen growth. So you may have believed that nothing's happening, I haven't seen any forward movement. When's this going to take off? When am I going to see the fruits of my labor? And this is where the magic happens. It is the belief in the manifestation. It is the belief that the impossible is possible. It is belief that the seeds are growing under the soil, even though you can't see through the soil, that the roots are taking place, that the roots are grounding, and then they will soon bloom. And so you're waiting on the blooming process, right? You're waiting for the rose to unfold. And this is saying it will. You have to believe. And look, y'all, we have the miracle coming through with 33. So we have 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. I mean, granted, this is 31 with the 4, but it's a 3 and a 1. You know what I mean? So that's a new beginning. That is a new cycle. That is forward movement. So we have 3, 3, 3, 3. I know a 333 represents, the Ascended Masters assisting you in what you're working on. You're in good hands. You're in a good place. You are where you're meant to be at this moment in time. It is a high level of spiritual understanding and guidance. Connection to your higher self. And this card says the frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of the source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So you're being asked to believe in the magic, believe that you are good enough, that you're worthy enough, and that the work that you have put in is enough, and it will reap you the rewards that you are looking for. But you have to believe it even if you don't see it, because believing is seeing. Okay, you have the elementals coming through. Look at that, the 4 elements. Yeah, see, the elements are coming through here. And look, it's number 12, another 3, you guys. Communication, creativity, expression, joy, cycles, the trinity of mind, body, and spirit, working with the elements. See, I feel like this is you. You are integrating all of the elements. You've been doing the work. I feel like you're a master alchemist. You've been working with the shadow. You've been healing the shadow. You have been nurturing your seeds. You've been doing everything you're supposed to be doing. So have no fear. Believe your miracle is coming this week. We have Archangel Raziel, wisdom, inspiration, and the Akashic Records. Look at that. Yeah, see, this is you. You've been putting your intentions out there. You've been manifesting. You've been connecting to your intuition, following your divine inspiration, which is part of your journey, part of your soul purpose here. We have the 2 of Earth, balance, prioritization, and playfulness. Yeah, see, I feel like you have been very good at balancing your work and your play, making your work a priority as well as making fun and integration a priority, taking time out to nurture yourself, your projects, your passions. We have the 4 of Air. Yes, you've been taking that time out. Meditation, recuperation, contemplation. So this could be you being asked to take a step back, to be in the flow, to allow the energies to move, allow the plant to grow. Don't rush the plant. It's one leaf at a time, one step at a time. divine timing. Make sure that you are grounding yourself. Make sure you're connecting to the earth, being as present as possible, because this is where the magic happens. This is where we can see the miracle unfold before our eyes. We have the King of Water, compassionate, understanding, and trustworthy. Trust in spirit. Trust in yourself. Believe in yourself. We have the Two of Air, indecision, avoidance, and confusion. Okay, this may have been where, sometimes we can get a little bit stuck in our mind and our fear of things not moving, things not coming in. Is it going to happen? Thinking a little too much. Come out of this mindset and step into the Four of Air. Like when you're being asked to take some time out to rest and play, because when this manifestation comes in, it's going to require your work. It's going to require effort, because things are going to be moving forward, and you need all of the energy and resources that you have in order to move to the next phase. So right now is the time to pause and reflect and rest and regenerate, because you've done all this work. You have been manifesting, you've been tending to the soil, and now it's time for you to take some time out and to just allow them to grow and to manifest this beautiful miracle. Allow the magic to happen, so to say. We have the Ace of Air, inspiration, communication, and adjustments. There we go. It's hard sometimes, I know, when you're a person who feels like, when in your life you have to work so hard for everything, and it's hard when you have finally completed something, and when you reach the top or you reach the end goal, to actually take that time to reflect and say, look how far I've come, look at what I've done, look at what I've created, and give yourself that acknowledgement, that pat on the back, and then some time to rest, some time to breathe, sometimes to even think, to do a life review, and is there anything that I can let go of so that I can move forward on the next journey. What are some things that I need to let go of so that I can move forward and I don't have anything holding me back, because this is a new cycle. This is a new beginning for you, where you have that independence coming in here, new ideas, new inspiration. Even the way that you speak and communicate to yourself, is changing, because you're allowing yourself to believe and to manifest. And when our mind wants us, constantly thinking, or, what if I need to do this? Should I do this? Blah, blah, blah. It gets us stuck in our head, and anxiety can come in, fears of the future can come in, versus being in the present moment and allowing and being in that place of surrender and flow and knowing all in divine timing. So there may be a little bit of shifts that need to take place, but you are definitely going to have some great things happen for you this week, pile number 2. Ooh, and you got the High Lady of Love and Compassion as well. This came through at pile number 1. And it says reverence, kindness, and consideration. So, I think this is what you need to have for yourself. Some love and compassion, some kindness, reverence, consideration for all the work that you have been doing. Wow. Pile number 1 got this card too, the Hungry Ghost, obsession, scarcity, consciousness, and attachment. I feel like this is the fear of things not manifesting, or that you're not good enough, or maybe you didn't do something right, whatever the case may be. This is what needs to be let go of. You need to come back to your center and be more in the present moment, and know that your miracle is manifesting, even though you can't see it. You can't see those seeds growing beneath the soil, but this is you being asked to tend to nurturing yourself a little bit more, come out of the mind and enter into the heart space more, and remind yourself that believing is seeing, trust in spirit, have compassion and understanding. Don't force yourself to grow, to move too fast, Allow yourself that time to play, to take some time out, to rejuvenate. And here is your angel. Look at this beautiful rainbow he's holding. This is Sandalphon. Building the bridge. Your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. See, and this is what's taking place. This is that integration of heart and soul, and grounding it here onto the planet. So that's the three here, right? Heaven, earth, and your heart, like all coming together to create this beautiful, magical miracle for you. So this week, pile number 2, you have some magic ahead, some magical miracle manifestation. You may start to see the fruits of your labor, something that's going to make you feel so excited, but you need to take some time to be in that flow, come out of your mind. This is a whole new beginning. You're going to start seeing some blooming come in for you. Okay? All right, you guys, these were your readings. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed week. Y'all take care. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If this reading resonated with you, just let me know. Pile number 2 is your reading. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. Okay, so you guys were drawn to the blue lace agate pile. Sit down. So I'm going to reveal your card. Ooh, you got the Great Serpent, the Ouroboros. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead. I'll put this up here and then we'll get your cards before explaining what this card is. Okay, this one doesn't want to sit still, so I feel like there's some forward movement already for you guys. Okay, let's work on the cards. Pile number 3. What are their messages for the week ahead? Okay, so they want those 3 there. Right up the top. Let's go with this group. Pile number 3. What is pile number 3's messages? Yeah, let's get some tarot. Pile number 3's week ahead. What do they have to look forward to? Those 3. Alright, what's next? Let's go with this card. Pile number 3. This one. And this one I feel. And let's get you an angel card to close your reading out with. Ooh, that one flew out. Alright, let's take a look. So, the Aurora Borealis and the Great Serpent, this is about, it's essentially like a wheel card. So it's the end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. It also represents the blending of energies. It's like represents the cycle of like death and rebirth. And just when you think like everything's going smooth and you have something figured out or that you've overcome another lesson, the serpent begins like swallowing its tail again, and you go on like another journey, another soul journey. So when it's a chance to heal the past so it doesn't become the future, it helps you to balance out the masculine and feminine energies. It helps you to heal from the past so that they become the jewels and the wisdom that you bring forward. So it's a great card for alchemy and change and shift. And we are in the year of the snake. So I feel like you've been going through and doing a lot of work, and there's been a lot of shifts and changes in your life. So this week ahead is about shifts. It's also about healing. So let's see what the other cards want to reveal. Wow, you have alchemy come through. I mean, how wild is that? I mean, I am surprised, but I'm not. And look, we have the 8 here, which is a symbol of the Aurora Borealis, the infinity, the cycles, the patterns. As we heal and move through one cycle, a new cycle begins, a new path, a new journey, a new ascension, a new evolution of ourselves. So it says the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. Okay, so card number 8. 8 represents cycles, growth, abundance, strength, wealth, achievement. It is the cycles, it is the patterns. And alchemy, it is transformation. It is the healing of a dense energy and making it into a lighter energy. So something that was once painful, it's bringing healing and nurturing to that energy so that it's no longer stuck in the past. It can be something that you extract the goal, the lesson, the experience, the wisdom that comes from that experience. All right, let's see what else. We have conception, nice. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of the space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Okay, so this is about setting an intention to change, to create change, to move forward. And this is card number 16, which is wild. 8 times 2 for me is giving me the 16. So it's this evolution, this growth, forward movement. It's also a card number 7, which is about spiritual insight, using your intuition, completions, a spiritual connection here. So there's something that is going to manifest for you, some idea, something that that's just going to come to your awareness. You're going to be, and it could be just the healing. And look, we have consciousness come out. Wow. And it's card number 8 as well. So you have 88. This is success, responsibility, well-being, material success, an abundant spiritual life. It's something coming up to your awareness this week. Pile number 3. It says the frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Okay, so something's going to come into your awareness, and I feel like it's this healing journey. So this week, there's going to be some healing that comes in for you. Something's going to come up to your awareness. You may recognize a pattern that has been maybe showing up in your life for a while, and it could even be through your family lineage, or even through your own personal incarnations, or this life period. You may just be realizing that you've been on the same wheel, and it's time for you to bring some awareness to maybe some patterns or some healing that needs to take place at the moment, so that you can let the past go and maybe move forward somewhere in your life and focus on creating something that has more meaning for you, something that is more inspiring for you where you are, or for you, the soul even, What do we have? Phase entanglement. I knew it. Okay, it says emotional influence. So I feel like there's been something that's been trapped in, and this is saying emotional influence. So something in the emotional body might be needing some healing, and it might be coming up to your awareness this week. Sorry guys, I had to take a drink. Something, an emotional something emotional needs to come up in the emotional body. This is what needs the healing. And it's card number 33, and 33 is the a spiritual level of understanding. It actually connects us to the Trinity and to Christ's consciousness, and knowing that we are always being guided, and that our guides are always trying to help us heal and give us more insight and understanding and awaken our consciousness to the places where we may be holding ourselves back from moving forward, or where we may feel stuck, or we may have doubt or a lack of love for ourselves. And you have the elementals. Look at that, card number 12, which is a 3. So you have 333. Your ascended masters are with you. They're helping you with whatever it is that you're currently working on. They want you to know that you're in great hands. So there's something that's taking place that is healing, and the elementals are working with you. And the elementals they work with the elements, and the elements are like the basics of the foundations of all creation, you know, earth, air, fire, water, and ether, which is spirit. They all make up all of matter. So there's definitely some healing coming in for you this week, pile number 3. All right, so we have your tarot, we have the Magician. Yes, you have the power to create change and to manifest something new for yourself, to empower yourself for this healing. You are more than capable. You have all the tools to bring this change, to bring this shift, to shift your awareness and your perception, and to focus on healing and moving forward. You've been waiting for this. Look, you have the figure 8 on here. You know, this 88 coming through for you. Oh, it's 888 coming through here. And that is financial abundance. Woo! 8s are definitely about harmony and balance and stability, and aligning you with financial desires. So there may be some doubt or something that has to do with money here a little bit. Maybe some feelings of not being worthy, because that's where our if we focus so much on not having and not being in our state of gratitude and acknowledging where everything in our life that we have that is available to us, that can seed seeds of doubt, especially if we grew up in a home that had those beliefs. You know, money doesn't grow on trees, and you have to work hard for everything you get, and essentially, yes, I believe you have to work hard for certain things and put in that effort that's required. I don't think anything should just be handed to us. I think there is definitely a little bit of work should be involved, but yeah, there may be some patterning or some belief system that may be holding you back. And it could be maybe in the past you had some other people who may have made you feel like you weren't good enough, or tried to take your light, or make you feel like you didn't deserve your happiness, or deserve to shine, or whatever the case may be. This is you knowing your worth and investing in your belief systems and what patterns that may be hiding in the subconscious mind that need to come up to the surface for healing, so that you are more aware of what's happening behind the scenes, what patterns are playing out in your blueprint, so that you can bring that alchemy and shift and change into your awareness, so that you can be more focused on what it is you want to create. You have the World coming through. Nice. The end of a cycle. So this could be the end. Ooh, nice. Okay. So for some of you, there was something that was in, and this is the Great Serpent telling you, we have the World card, the end of a cycle. There's something to be celebrated. Perhaps you have evolved out of this phase, out of this pattern, out of this phase of lack. And look, we have the King of Fire here. Very inspirational, very innovative, able to create abundance for themselves, able to create, this is like entrepreneurship, you know, very innovative, where they can create from their own talents, their own gifts, from their heart, from their own awareness, their own consciousness and connection to your heart space, to your sense of self, your authentic self, your higher self. Yeah, you have completed a cycle, pile number 3, and you should be definitely happy and should definitely celebrate. Let's put this up here, the King of Fire. Focus on creating what it is you want for yourself, because this is a new phase. Look, you have the King of Earth. It is, you have the ability to create your happy ending. This is, you know, a very financially stable person here. Somebody who's very generous, very successful, very giving, very compassionate and understanding, very grounded, very financially stable, very innovative, able to create and ground that inspiration here on earth. So there may be, okay, some of you this week, you may be receiving some kind of idea that comes in for you this week that helps you end the cycle of feeling any kind of cycle of lack. And this idea that comes in for you is going to be very inspirational, something that helps many people in the world. It helps other people ascend and heal. Yes, 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 it's all making sense here. And it's going to make you very successful. It's going to give you that financial stability, you guys. Woo, that's amazing. I love how the cards are speaking to me just then. I love it. You have the word Lord, communication, praise, and dishonesty. Yeah, I feel like this, the word Lord. I feel like you are going to be the king of your own land, like the king of your inner world, where you're going to feel accomplished. You're going to feel successful. This is about you like championing yourself here and being more confident in yourself and your abilities and the way that you communicate to yourself. There may be something that you communicate. Perhaps you may be being asked to write a book. This is going to be something that you share with the world. So whatever this idea is, definitely, you know, respond and act when it comes to you. All right. This is a card number 43. So we have 77 coming through, and that is spiritual awakening, light worker, higher calling, trust your intuition, and abundance. So this is your higher calling here. This is what's coming in for you. You're going to be receiving an idea that's going to help other people heal. It's going to help them learn to create the world of their dreams, and one that inspires them, but it brings healing to the collective. And that's what you're going to be doing as well. Ooh, you have the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Look at these lords coming out. Look at this masculine energy. This is self-empowerment. And using and utilizing the divine masculine energy here to create, to take action, to manifest. We have the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. I love that. Thank you so much for that confirmation. It's beautiful. It's number 2, harmony, thinking positively. Look at this light that's glowing around them, and look at this beautiful lotus here. And it's a white lotus, you know, and lotus have had to grow through, I think it's 3 feet of mud. Is that what it is? Or longer? I can't remember. But the roots have to be so established, and it takes them so long for them to push through, and then they have to go through the waters, the emotional body, heal the emotional body until they finally bloom on the surface, you know. So there's so much work that has been put in, and now there's this blooming light, and we have this hawk sitting over here, this taking flight, ascension, awakening, higher calling here. And this is partnership, thinking positively, like I said. So working with spirit here, working with others to bring about awakening to yourself and the collective. Okay, so your angel to close out your reading is Shamuel, relationship assignments. It says, no one crosses your path by chance. Choose to see the deeper reasons for the people in your life. Okay, so that one is, you may be meeting somebody, or this might be part of your, there may be somebody you meet who gives you this idea, who sparks this idea for yourself, or maybe gives you that confirmation, like you should do it. Yes, I think it's a great idea. You know, somebody who just supports you. Or, you know, maybe they ask you a question and it inspires you to write a book about your journey and your experience, and how you healed and how you overcome and how you got to the place that you are at the moment. Okay, you guys, so this is going to be a great week for you. I can't wait for y'all to find your inspiration, to receive this download that's going to come in, that's going to help you manifest your financial stability. Woohoo! I mean, that's an awesome blessing, right? And it's going to help you fulfill your soul purpose, where you can be in service to others, and the more that you give, the more you can receive, right? All right, you guys, I'm going to close your reading now. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed week. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Please like and subscribe. And if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know pile number 3 resonated with you guys. I appreciate y'all very much. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day.